What's going on, guys? It's your boy Laz, back here with another video. This video um this video does not take place during right now, but it actually takes uh back a couple years, about 2 years ago. And as you guys know, this story starts in 2022. 2022, a good time in my life, bad time in my life. I lined up for my last race with Marco. I ran the 8, did all right, or actually had the best run of my life, 2:12, got around 6th place, 6th or 7th. And I mean, honestly, the season looked promising after this run. And then like the 4-2, I ran the 4 right after this race, and another great time. It was like a 54 point something. And I was looking on the way to going to area in both the 800 and basically 400. Little did I know, though, I would get hurt. I'd be sent back a couple months, be training with Marco, training by myself, training anything possible, just to get back in shape before I headed off to college, because I wanted to run in college. I even got up to a fitness where I could run a 5K, and the 5K was a success. First race, I got first place. Almost my second fastest time in 5K history. So, it was pretty much onwards. It's been the best shape of my life, pretty much. I raced a couple weeks later, but I didn't do well in that one. But that's besides the point. I was in shape. Fast forward a couple months, I was doing a time trial for the Lake, Our Lady of the Lake University, the school I currently go to, and had to hit a 210, ended up hitting around a 215 for the 8. As you see right here, I'm finishing at 215. And the coach let me onto the team. Fast forward a couple more months. This is not my first race, but my second race. It was all right. I didn't do too good. Try to start off fast this race. And for the most part, it was working. But I feel like this track season just wasn't it for me. Like, I never felt so bad in the 8 in so long. Like, this was just a terrible year for me. And on top of that, the training was just so much different. It's hard to adjust, hard to train, just because I was focusing so much on school. Didn't have priority with track as much as I wanted to, and plus I'm just a walk-on. So it's just hard in itself trying to fight every step of the way. And as you see, this first lap I ended up, not doing so well. Ended up coming in 103, 104, which is about what I came in high school. But as you look here, going into the second lap, I start to drop off pretty bad, like really bad. And it was just so terrible for me to see all this. And here I am finishing, and shoot, I look tired. Just rewatching this, I look tired. But this race, I ended up doing the worst I did the whole season. I ended up going 217, which is about what I was in prime condition for high school, my junior year, 217. But that's a backwards step for me, in my opinion, because the year before I was going 212, 54, 53 in the 4, and I was just barely getting by just in the 8. And here's one of my better races. I'm going to show this one all the way through, and I'm just going to analyze it with you guys. Like I said. Pretty much, we're going to line up. And this race, to me, was one of my better races. There was a rain delay during this race. It just took so long. I was so pumped up, ready to PR this day, but ended up being a rain delay for like an hour. So I had to re-warm up, get ready for this race. And of course, I was in, this race was taking place in Kingsville, which my friends ended up running later in the year for, what was it, regionals? Yeah, but I mean, I ran there first. I mean, it was one of the best tracks I've ever run on. Real squishy, felt like a fast run. But of course, as you can see in this race coming up, we're about to start. Let's go. Here we go. And I mean, like I said, it just felt different, the 8 in college. Like, I mean, I still got up pretty strong, but as you see here, these guys are just so much faster than me. And shoot, look how much I'm getting burned within the first 100 meters. And like I said, I'm a pretty fast 800-meter runner. I mean, I wasn't this past season, but I mean, it's a big difference from college to high school, from high school to college. See, I'm pretty much way behind 200 meters. And I mean, like I said, this was one of my favorite races of the year just because, like, you'll see in a minute why it's one of my favorite races during the year. Like, I just felt so much better this race, and by the end of it, I was kind of disappointed. But I mean, during the time the adrenaline was going, I came in, I think about 102, 101, 103, and you can see here, what's it called? I'm catching up to this last place guy right here, or this guy right in front of me. And look, I'm just like gaining on him, hunting him down, reeling him in, like Coach Rod would say. And here I go. And look, it's like the legendary Headband LAZ team where I pass Royce, but I mean, I'm passing this guy, this random guy that I do not know. But this is the one significant race that I actually beat somebody. And I mean, like I said, I wasn't the worst runner at the 8 in all of college. Like, of course, there's a lot of guys probably worse than me, but I mean, it was just a struggle the whole year. Like, as you see, here's my last home stretch 100. And as you can see, I'm not as fast as I used to be. At least that's what my parents were saying, and just in general, everybody was saying. But here I go. Ended up getting 216 this race. But I mean, it's tough on me. It's tough, real tough. Then fast forward a couple months later, get back, summer training for me. I'm pretty much done with track. I can't find the time to do it as much as I would like to. And now, the plan for now. So the new running plan basically is pretty simple but pretty complex at the same time. I'm just trying to do what I couldn't do in high school and what I couldn't do with just college track training. I want to do everything that I couldn't do. Like I said, PR my 5K. Finally go sub 20 in the 5K. That's been a dream of mine for the longest time. Couldn't get it done in high school. Couldn't do it this past summer, and I just really haven't been focused on it now. As you saw in the previous video, which I'm showing right now, I did a mile time trial, 5:37, 5:38, whatever you want to say, is what I came up in. And I adjusted my training to that this past week, so I'm going like 7:37 with easy pace, 8:37 for long. Haven't done any workouts, but 6:37 pace is the plan for that. And I mean, like I said, I just want to keep going up in my mileage, get to a 10K, start running 10Ks, beat my half marathon time that I set all the way back in 2021 at the Rock and Roll Marathon in San Antonio. And then the ultimate goal by next year is run a marathon. But of course, run a marathon in a good time. Like I said, I want to run a marathon, but at the same time, I'm a runner. I've been a collegiate athlete. I've been a top high school track runner, at least in the district is all I can really say. I can't really give myself props to anything else, but it's just that's what I plan on doing, like run a good marathon time, And of course, after I run my first marathon, everything will just be clockwork after that. Like, I just want to stay in shape as much as possible, stay in shape for as long as possible. Just keep running, don't get hurt as best as I can, I just want to run, do anything I can do to keep running, to keep advancing in this sport. I've fallen in love with it so much over the years. I just want to keep gaining knowledge, keep gaining experience with it, so that when I do become a coach, which is what I'm studying for right now in college, I'm able to share that wisdom, that experience, because I can say I've done it all. So, that's really the plan. That's where I'm at right now in this training. And really, that's the whole story of what's going on right now. There's not much really to say on anything else. It's just been a tough one, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. No pun intended. So, that's the plan. That's the plan for, I guess, the rest of my life, pretty much. I've had my difficulties, I would want to run cross again. I would want to run track again. I might do it. Who's to say? But right now, what I'm focusing on is just setting PRs for everything that I really couldn't during college track, during high school. I was always focused on a specific training. Now I can train for everything, but of course, one at a time, little by little, not overdoing it, not getting hurt, not overtraining, just everything that I've done wrong in my training, I want to try to fix, so I can run longer, better, and more efficient. And like I said, my training has been going pretty efficient. Like, pretty much all my runs have been pretty consistent. Like, I feel like compared to 2 years ago when I was doing cross, I'm more consistent. I can go 7:30 and probably hit another 7:30 the next mile. As in high school, we go out 6 something, go out second mile 8 something, it just gets slower every time. But I'm more consistent now, and like I said, I'm trying to get my time down. So, like, for example, when I do run a 5K under 20 minutes, I'm going to have to run 6 something. But I want to be able to keep that 6 something pace and not slow down. So it'll be more smooth, more comfortable, But it's just a process. I've been saying that for the longest time. It's just, I've been telling myself that for a long time. It's just a process. It's going to take a while. It might take years. It might take way longer than I planned, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. It's always worth it in the long run with running. You have your ups, you have your downs, but eventually you get there. So, that's all I really have to say with this video. I want to thank you guys for watching if you guys made it this far. And as always, stay motivated, stay positive, and keep on running. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.